Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, we will be discussing Earl the True Spence Jr. and is he a Hall of Famer? But before we do that, make sure you help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button, and let me know and drop it below your 2 cents about the topic as we go throughout the video. So, I've been hearing, I believe Terence Crawford made a comment. I wish I had it and I could find it word for word, where he said that basically, it just to paraphrase it, he said, "Look how easy I beat Spence." Basically, he was my easiest fight, and your favorite fighter, not a Hall of Famer, and I'm a Hall of Famer. That's not word for word what he said, but that's pretty much what he said. But before we get started on that topic, I would like to welcome all of my new subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. As you watch my videos, make sure you comment below whether you agree or disagree. This isn't a channel. I don't expect everybody that's sub to my channel to agree with all of my perspectives. This is a channel for everybody to come with all perspectives and let me know and drop it below in the comments what you think about the topic so we can get a dialogue going. Eventually, I'll start going live, and then people will be able to hop on my live shows, and we can dialogue there. So, once again, thank you for everybody that's newly subbed to the channel. As you come in to watch this video, please make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, please make sure you punch that like button so that we can get this video out into the algorithm and we can get more people joining in on the discussion. So back to the topic at hand. Terence Crawford says that he beat Errol Spence so easily that Errol Spence could have easily been beaten by other competition that he has fought throughout this career. Which the point I believe he's trying to stress is, how can you all say that I ain't fought nobody when I just made your favorite fighter look like nobody and beat him easier than I beat all the other people on my resume? Now, make sure you stick around for the whole video so that you can get all of my 2 cents and understand my perspective fully on this topic. First thing I want to say is, let's stop the disrespect about Errol Spence and his skill. Let's stop doing that to that man. Earl the True Spence Jr. was an Olympian. He was an Olympian. And the reason why Errol Spence lost was because why in the Olympics? I don't know if you've heard the story. I don't know how much of a fan you are, but he got cheated. Errol Spence got cheated in the Olympics. Is that why he lost? I don't know if that's why he lost. But he was cheated. So people say he can't box. How can Earl the True Spence Jr. not box when he got cheated in the Olympics? He was winning in the Olympics. How can he not box? I don't understand that logic when people say Errol Spence can't box. Then they say, oh, Errol Spence is so basic. He jab, body, looping right. He's so basic. He's so basic. So you say, okay, how is Errol Spence so basic? He's so basic that nobody else could beat him. Then their rebuttal to that is, well, Earl, he's been fighting fighters that was tailor-made for him to beat. He's been fighting fighters that's been tailor-made for him to beat, is what they say. So then I say, well, Errol Spence has been running around and collecting belts in the Glamour division, which is 147, and he's a unified champion. He's a unified champion in one of the most popular divisions in boxing. So how can he be a C-level fighter? So you telling me as a C-level fighter, you can become a unified champion in the Glamour division? So let's run through Earl's resume a little bit. And then also my rebuttal to that is Errol Spence, he built up his resume. He was fighting whoever they put him in front of, man down. And then he started going around the division collecting the belts. That's what he was doing. He was going around the division on a mission collecting the belts. So for his first belt, he beat Kell Brook. He went overseas. He beat Kell Brook. It was a tough fight. We seen Errol Spence's jab taken away. We seen him overcome that, and he was able to beat Kell Brook. Kell Brook has a record of 40-3 with 28 knockouts. So he beat Kell Brook. He got Kell Brook belt. At the time, Kell Brook was the boogeyman in the division. Nobody wanted to fight him. Then he beat Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's record is 31-4 and 1 loss. He beat Shawn Porter. Took his belt. Well, Shawn Porter got more than 1 loss. He got 2 losses. Well, he has 4 losses, 1 draw, I mean. So he came in, took his belt, right? He took Shawn Porter's belt. That's 2 belts right there. So you telling me that Shawn Porter was tailor-made for Errol Spence to beat him? No, he wasn't. Because if you go back and watch that fight, it was a close fight, and Errol Spence was able to drop Shawn Porter, and that's pretty much how he won that fight. Errol Spence went in there, he fought Shawn Porter with Shawn Porter's style and beat him. He went in there and fought like Shawn Porter to beat him. That's what Errol Spence did. And then he beat Ugas. Ugas has a record of 27-5 with 0 draws, 12 knockouts. Now, Ugas wouldn't say is like he's the top champion. Because he has losses. That's what people want to say. Because people believe if you have losses, you can't be a good fighter. These new age boxing fans for some reason. But whatever the case may be, Ugas beat Pacquiao. He got the belt, and then Spence fought him for the belt. So he became the unified champion in the division. He's been in one weight division his whole career. So my question is, beating Shawn Porter, beating Kell Brook, beating Ugas, and those are just the people you beat for the belt, how are you not a Hall of Famer? How would Errol Spence? Now I want you to drop it below and let me know in the comments why Errol Spence would not be a Hall of Famer. He was the biggest star at PBC. Everybody knew Errol Spence. Everybody loved Errol Spence. He did great pay-per-view numbers. He's a great fighter. He became a unified champion in the 147 division. How is Errol Spence not a Hall of Famer? I want you to answer that. Because he didn't go through multiple weight classes and collect belts? Okay, he didn't do that. He stayed in one division, collecting all of the belts. It took a little longer. He had to do what he had to do. You had people stalling out fights and holding it up, holding belts for leverage and doing all this other extra stuff. How is Errol the Truth Spence Jr. not a Hall of Famer when he went through the 147 Glamour division collecting the belts? All the way up to the point where he ended up losing the fight for Undisputed. He lost the fight to the number 1 pound for pound best fighter on the planet. So so if I lose to the number 1 pound for pound best fighter on the planet, you're just gonna degrade everything I did? I had to get to the fight. I had to beat people up to get to the fight. I had to beat people up to get into position to be the number 1 or the number 2 to be able to get to the fight. So all throughout all this time, while I was fighting and people were saying, oh, he need to fight Terence Crawford. He need to fight Terence Crawford. Nobody was saying he's a BC level fighter. They were saying that he's good enough that he needs to fight what I perceive to be the number 1 fighter in the division, which is Terence Crawford. So he did that. And he sacrificed a lot of things in order to be able to do that. Not only did he go through the division collecting the belts, he overcame tragedy within his life and continued on his mission to collect the belts. He never stopped. We're not going to talk about all the things that he had to overcome in the video because you already know. So I just want y'all to let me know and drop it below. How is Errol the Truth Spence Jr. not a Hall of Famer? Please just explain to me your reasoning for why he is not a Hall of Famer, because I just explained to you my reasoning as to why I believe he is a Hall of Famer, and I don't see how he can even be denied that. And some people say Deontay Wilder's not a Hall of Famer. How is Deontay Wilder not a Hall of Famer? But I guess that's another video. But if you want to drop it below, let me know why you think Deontay Wilder's not a Hall of Famer. Please let me know, because I don't understand. Is he not a Hall of Famer because he lost to Terence Crawford? But that doesn't make any sense. And he hasn't even went to he's already a Hall of Famer, and he hasn't even went to another division yet. He hasn't even went up to 154. And he's already cemented himself as a Hall of Famer. So let me know what you think about that by dropping your 2 cents below in the comment section. Be sure to help support the channel by punching that like and subscribe button, and follow me on IG at 2 cents at 2 cents boxing, and follow me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it at 2cents20. I'm Jay, and stay tuned for my 2 cents in the next video. Peace.